Hey, what's going on, guys? In this video we're going to work on the Arkham Knight helmet. I made an Arkham Knight helmet a while back, about 2 years ago. This was one of my very first projects, but I've revised the templates since then. I started selling my templates on Etsy. So one of my buyers was having a problem putting them together because he couldn't reference it back to my old videos because the templates are different. So today I decided to make a video on how to make the Arkham Knight helmet based off of the templates that I sell on my Etsy shop. When you open the file, it's going to look like this, but when you print it out, you want to make sure you print it out as a poster. Select your paper size, and if you need to scale it up, you can scale it up to like 105% or 110% depending on the size of your head. But at the current size of the PDF, it'll fit 22-inch head, which is measured around the forehead, around the head, and that's about a regular size head. So if you want to keep it at 22-inch size head, then leave the percentage at 100% when you print it out. Okay, you're going to need 2 sheets of craft foam. I'm using 5mm craft foam, and you're going to need some floor mats like this. This is going to be for the accents and the irritandas, you can call it that. I don't care what you call it. I'm gonna stick with it though. And yeah, let's get started. So the templates I have are the ones that I use are made out of metal. I actually went and cut them all out. When you print it out, you're gonna connect all the pieces together, and you're gonna be able to fit it onto the craft foam just like this. In the instructions, it says to cut this one in an inward angle. So you want to cut this one in an inward angle, and then cut this one in a straight 90-degree cut. Cut the front nose piece in an inward angle. And then these where you'll cut in a straight 90 cut. You want to make sure your blades are always sharp. I'm using a knife sharpener that you can pick up at the camping section at Walmart, or probably in the kitchen section too. Would make sense, right? Again, on the nose piece, you want to cut that in an inward angle. And on this piece right here, you want to cut in an inward angle. These two pieces should mirror each other just like that. When you cut your eyes, you want to make sure you plunge your blade into it and not cut it, stick it in at an angle. That way you can pop it out a lot easier and you have a cleaner cut. The front of the nose, the two sides right here, you want to cut that in an angle, and in the back you want to cut it straight. So I'm going to start off with the front, and I'm going to go with an inward angle, and right when I get to that curve right there, I'm going to go straight cut. Same goes with this. You want to cut it in an angle inward, and then cut this one in an inward angle, and right when you make it to that curve, you want to straighten out your blade, cut all the way down. And here's the piece for your top of the helmet. As for your nose piece, you want to cut that in an inward angle like this, inward angle on top. That's what your nose piece should look like. Now I'm going to cut out the accents. I want to transfer my patterns over to some 1/2-inch floor mats. On the tip of the jawline, you want to cut that in an angle, and the rest of it is actually a straight cut. Now you should have 2 pieces that look like that. And here are the jawline, which kind of goes like this. Now what you're going to want to do is take your template, turn your foam over, Put your template over that, and then draw your lines where you're going to make your V undercuts, which is going to be right here and right here. You got your V undercut there and right there, and then you got another V, I guess you can call that overcut because it's on top. You can take your razor blade and you're going to cut not so deep, just slightly, where it's almost just the tip of the surface, I guess, and then hit it again with the angle cut. You'll be able to take off the excess. That way when we glue it down, we're going to glue it down just like that. You want to do the same for the other side. You don't want to take too much off, just a little bit, and you want to make sure you take off equal amounts on both sides. That's the V cut right there. So when we apply glue in there, it's gonna hold it down just like that. And now that I have all my pieces cut, I'm gonna go ahead and glue everything down. That's including the helmet and the accents. As for the side pieces, you wanna fold it over so you can get into that corner real good, and then carefully just apply glue, not making such a big mess. As for this piece, you want to sand down the texture side because it's smooth, and you want to be able to make sure that your glue can adhere. But you really just want to do this area right here because that's where we're going to apply glue, and this one you want to do the whole entire thing. Wait for that to dry. Now before you go and glue your helmet together, you want to take your accent and then put it on your helmet on the side pieces. This will help you put your glue on there and make sure everything is even. But you don't have to mark the whole thing, you just want to mark enough to where you know where to apply your glue. It probably would have been smarter to do this before you applied your glue, but I wasn't thinking. Alright, so now that my glue is dried to a tack, I'm going to glue this part together first. You want to make sure that your bevel cuts are facing up towards you, and then you can go ahead and just line it up just like that. You should have something that's shaped like this. Then you're going to go ahead and do the other side. Look like that, and then now you want to glue the center. You want to start off with the top corner right here, the front. You want to make sure all your edges are nice and clean. And now that you have the top piece glued onto one side, you want to go ahead and stick the nose piece on there. Connect the top first, just like that, and then go ahead and do the sides carefully. I like to do is I'll start on the bottom and the top, and then just get those pieces nicely lined up, just like that. So far, you should have something that looks like this. And now it's time to glue on the other side piece. This is a little tricky. You want to start with this corner right here of the nose. Put it just like that. Use the surface of your table to make sure everything is nice and flat, smooth. And close it up like that. Then you want to go back and make sure your seams are closed in. You want to carefully push it all in like that. Now you can go ahead and close this one up so that you don't get it accidentally glued somewhere else. So now that your front is closed up and your back is closed up, you want to go ahead and make sure all your seams are closed up. So far it's coming along really nicely, and you should have something that looks like this. As for the earpiece, now the glue is pretty much dry, so I can go ahead and close those up like that. You should have something that looks like this once it's all glued. I'm going to take this over to my sander and I want to round off the edges. That'll give it a cleaner look. Here how it looks like after I sanded it. It's a whole lot cleaner compared to the rough edge. I'm going to go sand this one now real quick. Normally I will stick this helmet onto ED and apply some heat so I can get some curvature, but I'm going to do it without ED. Just so you guys would know how to do it. Then you can take a ball and then use that ball to round off the top part. Or you could use a PVC pipe with a cap on top of it. This works really good too. Now it's time to apply the glue on the accents of the helmet. So I'm going to do is I'm going to do the jaw line. And I'm going to go ahead and apply some glue along the back of the helmet right here. I'm going to put a little trimming on there so that the seams don't split, and it also gives it a little bit of accents to the back. So now it's time to carefully attach the jaw line. I'm going to put it along the reference line that I drew earlier. It did somehow come up short on this one, but I think that's because I cut it in an angle. That's okay, we'll work around that. You want to make sure you get it evenly on the other side, that way your ears don't come up crooked. Now you could choose to put some 5mm craft foam right there to space it out a little bit more. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to go ahead and stick it right onto the helmet. Just like that. I'm going to cut this piece in an angle, kind of like that. Go ahead and apply some glue on there. And then you go in there and sand it down when you're done. Alright, so I'm pretty much done with the Arkham Knight helmet for now. There are accents that you can actually put on here. I'm going to leave the accents off for this video. I'm probably going to go in and 3D print something for this particular helmet. Since I have an extra helmet now, I'm going to go ahead and try to make me a more updated Arkham Knight cosplay. So be on the lookout for that. If you guys want to make your own Arkham Knight helmet, I'm going to leave the link in the description below. Every purchase you guys make really helps me out a lot. It helps support this channel, and I do appreciate it. I'm also going to be putting out more templates. Go in there and follow me if you like. Don't forget to like this video if it was really helpful to you, and make sure you subscribe to this channel for more awesome cool tutorials, because we are awesome cool people. Yeah. Alright y'all, thanks for watching. I'll see y'all in the next video.